Y'all, they tried to get rid of me, man. I got fired from my job. They banned my TikTok account, but I'm back. I'm back, and you know I had to double it. I had to get another job as a teacher. I had to get 2 because that'll never happen again. And on top of that, I'm back with another story for y'all. So I walk into class. It's a normal day. I take attendance, and I notice after I take attendance that the kids is kind of giving some energy to one of the kids in the back of class. His name is, I'm gonna call him P. His name was P because he was pushing P. You gotta be pushing P for this story. But a lot of the students, not even a lot of students, the boy students was giving him some type of energy. Like they would walk by him and whisper stuff in his ear and laugh. And I noticed he wasn't really interacting with him. Like he just had his head down. You know what I mean? I wasn't giving no energy back. So I called one of the students over. I said, like, what's the issue with P? What's going on? He said, Mr. C, P mama started the OnlyFans. I said, God damn it. No, she didn't. He said, yes, she did. He pulled his phone out, showed me. I look at this man's phone. Why is P mama spread eagle all over the phone? I said, son, give me that. I had to write down her OnlyFans name. I said, now take this back before I confiscate your phone. What's wrong with you? Don't pull that out of my classroom. He went back to his desk. They doing work. I pull out the phone. I'm looking because I had to do some investigation, of course. I'm looking. I said, wow. When I tell y'all P mama was, man. So I turned my phone over. I needed a second. I had to grab some water and sprinkle it over my face and baptize myself and rebuke that energy, whatever that was, because I know that was too much for me. But look, the principal come around. He make rounds every morning, I guess. He come in our class. He look mean. I'm talking about mean. They call him Mr. Stink Meaner. He looking around mean. Make sure y'all don't give him a hard day today. I said, thank you, Mr. Principal. He takes out a piece of candy out of his pocket, throws it to P. He said, P, I know that's your favorite. So I'm like, what? You the grumpy old troll that live under the bridge, but you throwing out candy to P? What's going on here? So I say, Mr. Principal, can I speak to you outside the door real quick? Because you know what I mean? I'm looking for more insight. This situation is crazy. So I go outside, talk to the principal. I said, now I don't know if you're aware of the happenings that have been happening off the premises of the school that pertain to the familial members of some of the children inside, but it's a lot going on. You know what I mean? One of the kids, P, is I think he going through a lot. You might want to send him to the guidance counselor or something like that. He said, man, P fine. P one of my favorite students. I love P. He gonna make it. He gonna be strong. That boy is special. He said, now for the rest of them students, I don't give a damn what they doing. He walk off. I said, now that's kind of crazy to be the principal. But even more than that, why are you treating P so special? If that's just who you are, that's just who you are. You know what I mean? But why is P so special? So I walk into class, and at this point, I need the tea. Because why is P so special? So I called one of the kids back over to my desk. I said, hey, like, y'all principal always act like that? He said, yeah, I hate the principal. Everybody hate the principal. I said, well, do P hate the principal? He said, he do too. I said, well, that's odd. Why do he hate the principal? And the principal was talking about that's his favorite student and giving him special privileges and all, and throwing him candy, talking about that's his favorite candy and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? The kids say, Mr. C, you might want to sit down for this one. I said, well, I already am sitting down, but you know what I mean? If it means more to you, I take it down a notch, because what's up? So the kids say, I know you said we can't pull our phones out, but I got to show you one thing on my phone that pertains to the story. I said, hurry up and pull it out real quick and let me see. He showed me a screenshot, and P Mama's in the screenshot. P Mama looked like a P in the screenshot, but there's another guy, and that guy is behind P Mama, and he looked like a B, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, don't get too much in details, but just know it was on OnlyFans, and there's 2 people, and one of them is P Mama, and then there's a dude behind her with a mask on. He said, now who do you think this dude is with the mask on? I said, I don't know, you know what I mean? Somebody trying to get paid. He said, that's the principal. I said, boy, get out, get out my boy, get boy. I said, that's not, you know what I mean? At this point, you're starting to play. Now, already with the P Mama situation, you skating on thin ice, but you're starting to play talking about the principal like that. I ought to call him back here and let him hear what you got to say. He said, call him back here and see. The principal got a tattoo right here on his wrist. It's the same tattoo as the one in the video. I said, it better not be. He said, call the principal back in here and you'll see. I said, you damn right. I'm going to call the principal back in here and see. You know what I mean? You're making some serious allegations. I'm going to call him right back up. So I dialed the office phone. I said, Mr. Principal, can you come back to the class real quick? You know what I mean? It's urgent. And it's urgent. So he come back to the classroom running. What happened? What's going on? Some of the kids hurt? I said, no, but the situation got resolved. But I just want to thank you personally for coming in here and making sure I was straight. You know what I mean? I want to shake your hand man to man and tell you that I really appreciate that. So he shake my hand, and this is my opportunity. I grab his hand and flip around and look like that. He snatched his hand away and said, what are you doing? I said, sir, it's just a firm handshake. You know what I mean? What do you calm yourself down? Y'all, why was it the same tattoo? Why was it the same tattoo? So I walk back to my desk. The principal leaves. The kid comes back up to me. He said, well, I said, boy, I know you fucking lying, boy. I said, boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no boy. I turned into Duke Dennis in that crowd. Boy, I said, boy, ain't no way, boy. I had to call P over to my desk. I said, P, man. I said, go sit back down. You know what I mean? I don't even got no words. Shit, I don't got nothing to say to you. I don't know what to tell you. I wanted to make it better. I wanted to say something to comfort him, give him some words of wisdom or something. But shit, I need to collect my thoughts at this point.